Hi guys, welcome to The Experience Show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please take the time to like and subscribe if you enjoy my show because it really helps me build my channel and this community we've got going on. So yeah, thank you for being here. I am buzzing. I have my new friend with me today. Everyone, this is Kayleigh.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast, Kayleigh.
I'm so excited to be here finally.
I'm buzzing to have you here. Adjusting my chair. There's things that I love in life, and I feel like you love a lot of the same things.
Yes.
Y2K.
I feel like we're like the same person in slightly different fonts.
Yes, you're definitely in a taller font.
Well, yeah. It would be hard to get someone taller than me at this point, yeah.
Yes, and then when you have like your platform boots, that really adds to it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so I met you at my shop, Zen Riot.
Yes.
Like a couple of months ago, was it?
Yeah, it was a few months ago. I was walking out with my little sister. And it was just one of those days, I was just having a rubbish day. And I was like, I need to go out, we need to do something cool. I remember just walking down the barras and I looked over and I saw your stall and I was like, this looks so cool. And you shouted over and you were like, come over here. You look. I think you said something like you liked my outfit. I
loved your outfit.
Yeah.
And then I spied the t-shirt and I spied the hat.
Yeah.
So this is what I was saying. There's things that I love in life. Like wrestling has become one of my, like, well, I say wrestling, it's really WWE that I watch. WWE's became like one of the things that I really, really love in life and get really excited about.
Yeah.
And I barely have anyone to talk to about it. Like, it's very much my thing with me and my partner, which is so cute, and I love that it's like our thing. But it is so exciting for me when I get to like speak to someone, especially another girl, because it's not the typical thing that girls are into.
100%. That's like me. That took me years to find loads of people that liked wrestling as well, and especially girls. There's not many of them out there. So when I came over, because I remember it was a Shawn Michaels top in your stall, and I was like, well, I have to buy that.
Yes.
And you were like, would you like wrestling? And that's when I was like, look. And I showed you, and I had it was like Hot Girls Love Wrestling.
Pro Wrestling,
and my Mysterio hat on. And then we just started talking for so long. And it was great, and I felt like we vibed straight away.
Yeah, I was like, this is my girl. I know it. This is like, she's serving Christina Aguilera. She's serving wrestling. Like, I feel like we could have like yabbered on all day. So that's why I was like, well, you obviously need to come on my podcast so we can yabber.
And now that's what we're going to do. It's like,
here we are to yabber. So, well, let's just get into wrestling then. Like, people tend to be surprised when like I say I'm into wrestling. Like, I jumped into someone's conversation in Primark the other month. It was like two guys who worked there talking about CM Punk and Braun Breaker and all this, and I was like, like pure jumped in, and they were just looking at me like, is she okay? And I was like, sorry, I get really excited, and like, because you just never hear, especially in Glasgow, people talking about it.
Never, like, obviously when I go to shows and stuff you see it, but out in the general public you don't, and I have that thing. I feel like I can spot a mile away if someone's got like a wrestling top on, or
when I see a top I'm like, nice top, and they look at me
like that's great. Or I feel like I have to go out of my way. Like, I like doing that anyway. If I see someone that looks cool, I like to go out their way and be like, oh, I like your style or whatever. But if it's wrestling, I'm like, come hither. I was like, we have something to talk about. Normally they're quite shy and they just look at you like, excuse me. But
I think it's because there's a lot in like nerdy boys, so they're just like, a girl's coming up is talking to me and about wrestling, and they kind of go, what's going on?
It doesn't help that I'm normally dressed in all black big boots, and I'm like, do you like the wrestling? And I'm
and
like,
you're looking very dominatrix.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, she's going to hit me. Maybe. But you know, I love it. I love just finding anybody, and when I do, I love to nerd out, and that's where there's I love like all of it. So I love WWE, I love like indie stuff, I love more niche things like deathmatch wrestling and like backyard wrestling. And if anyone even mentions one of my niche ones that I like, you can.
Then you're defo going, because that must be like hard to find someone to talk about the niche things.
Yeah, that's when the crazy eyes come out, and I'm like, I'm locked in. I'm
that
like,
eyes wide. And
did you just say the magic word? Come closer. We're going to go.
Let's
and chat
do
now.
this.
Yeah.
So how did you get into wrestling? Is it something you've been into like since childhood?
Yeah. So it all started. My dad is a massive nerd. Right, he wasn't into wrestling, but he loves like sci-fi, and that was like me. I loved like sci-fi and action movies and comics and everything like that. And he used to always watch, I think it was Sky One was the channel,
right?
And it'd have things like Stargate Atlantic and all that and stuff, whatever. And as soon as those shows were done, you would then have the wrestling highlights. I remember that came on the telly, and I was like, "Are these real life superheroes? Are these what are they? And I remember as well, me and my dad used to love watching Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh my God, you have just unlocked a childhood memory. I had a wee quad bike thing, but it was like battery powered, and it was Xena Princess Warrior, and it was like black and pink, and I'd go about my wee estate on it. But I actually didn't know who she was. I just vibed with
I thought she was so cool, and I remember there was a clip and I saw China, and I always thought China and her were the same person. So I was like, oh, there's something else that she's on. So I used to watch the highlights, got really into it, and then my upstairs neighbours, they were like slightly older than me. They were like 5 to 10 years older than me, like the two boys. They loved wrestling, so then I got to kind of talk to them. They gave me some action figures. They used to give me some videos, and that's kind of how it started. So I'd watch the highlights. Sometimes I'd get a video. Sometimes my dad would take me to Blockbuster, and there was like a wrestling section. I know I'm really showing my age, aren't I?
I missed that shit.
It was so good.
Come on.
I would go there, and this is where sometimes I'd be lucky and I'd choose like a match, or I'd choose a pay-per-view or something that was sick. Sometimes I'd accidentally just pick up an interview because all the video covers looked the same.
Yeah.
And I'd go home, I'd be buzzing to watch a match, and it was just like Stone Cold Steve Austin talking for 3 hours. And I was like, when's he going to hit someone? And I would just sit. So that's where I feel like I know loads of weird facts about wrestling, because I'd accidentally buy shoot interviews, and I'd just sit there like, well, if it's on, I'm going to watch it, but I'd like if he hit someone at some point.
I'm probably going to like mess up this story, because like my man told me when he was younger, like him and his like pals, they got like a Divas video, because they were all like half naked on the front and thought like, you know, it was going to be like something sexy, and I think it ended up not being, or something like that. But it was, I just found that funny. That was like, because like women's wrestling back in the day was so different to what it is now, like brand panties matches and all that, whereas now it's like they're proper serious amazing athletes. Like the women's division is insane.
It's so good, because back in the day, this is where there was two very different camps of women's wrestlers, or at least in my opinion. You got the ones that were, everyone was really pretty and really talented, but you got the ones that were just the eye candy, the brand panties matches. They'd come out, they'd have like a 30-second match, it felt like. They would just get their kit off and leave. Which, fair play. Like,
I don't think a lot of people were complaining, especially not Vince.
Oh, definitely not. And the ratings were doing well. But then you had a couple sprinkled in that were slightly different, and that's where my favourite wrestler growing up was Lita. I thought she was so cool, and she was so hardcore. And I remember when I was little, this is so like a stupid story, but I remember getting really upset one day. My mum was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I really want to be the women's champion, but I don't want to do Playboy. I don't want to be doing that. And
I was the opposite. I was like, I want to be a Playboy bunny when I was like 12.
I was like, I really want to just punch people in the face. And my mum's like, first of all, you're like 5. Why are you worried about doing Playboy?
You're really passionate about punching people in the face.
Like, you're also like, what's the Playboy thing? But yeah, I was like, I want to be like Lita. I want to be like China. I want to do these. And that's why I always thought that was what I wanted to be. That was the sort of thing. And I felt like that really inspired like my style and stuff growing up as well. Like,
badass vibes.
Yeah, I remember the first time I dyed my hair was bright reds. I used to always wear like the baggy cargos, the netting tops.
Yes.
Like, I feel like I still kind of have like a little bit of that vibe going on, but genuinely 100%. That's where it all started. But yeah, that's what women's wrestling was. There were people that were really good, and you saw that a lot of them when they left WWE, some of them would go on to do things like in Japan and whatever and stuff, and there were loads of women's wrestlers, but it wasn't what they wanted on the telly. But now they've realised actually people do want to see that. Like, it's not like women and the men, it's like these are all athletes. These can all of them can go, all of them can wrestle, and that's where you're now seeing like main events, you're seeing the marquee matches and stuff, and I think that's really cool to see, especially being like a woman growing up.
It's such different times as well. Like, you couldn't do the whole bra and panties stuff these days. You wouldn't get away.
Definitely
the stuff that Vince used to do, like the storylines, like kissing Trish Stratus in front of his wife, like
making her bark like a dog on her hands and knees.
It's like he was definitely in the writing room, like, yes, like I'm writing some real good stuff for
I like
myself.
when you look back and you're like, oh, now we know what Vince is into. There's this. There was also the one where he was trying, well, did you know about the storyline where he wanted to have an affair with his daughter?
Yeah.
He was going, she fell pregnant with Triple H's baby, and he thought, let's make it a storyline, let's make it, it's my baby. And I was like, I'm so glad they didn't, because imagine being that kid growing up.
I know
it's a storyline,
and finding that out.
just, I don't know what's wrong with that man.
Yeah.
We could go on all day about everything that's wrong with Vince McMahon.
Yes. Well, we get different people in charge these days, which I think is more appropriate because his time is definitely not.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Not now.
It had some good ideas, but
Yes.
it was also a bit tapped in the head. So
Definitely. But I think you kind of have to be a bit tapped in the head to be in wrestling. Like you need a bit of that or else you're boring.
100%. I think the more creative and the more out there you are, the better wrestling is. Like, I just love hearing some of the ideas people have for like storylines or like characters or whatever, and the more creative they get, it's interesting. Sometimes you do have to be like, that's a bit far.
Yes.
Maybe we should take it back a few steps, but I just love hearing like the creative process behind it as well.
I love the creative process too. I think like there's so many aspects to wrestling and like I see it so much as like performance art, and I'm a performer, so I think that's like what kind of drew me into it, because I've never like been drawn to like the wrestling aspect of it. Like I never thought that it'd be something that I'd be into, because like when I was a kid I was very, very girly. It was like Britney Spears, pom-poms in the garden, pretending I'm a pop star, like that sort of vibe.
Love that.
I only like, my only childhood thing about wrestling was like some other kids had like the wrestling figurines and had like the PlayStation game and stuff. So I always knew about like The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, the main ones that you hear about. Oh,
definitely. It was like, it's funny you said the figures, because I was kind of the same. I was like a bit of both. Like, I also loved music and I always wanted to be a singer growing up, and I was convinced I was going to be a singer who wrestled. That was going to be my niche. I was like, I'm going to sing on my way to the ring, and then I'm going to beat you up, and then I'm going to sing on the way back. Like, that was like my dream growing up. But with the figures, I used to love like Bratz and Barbies and all that. But they didn't marry Ken. No, they were marrying the wrestlers, and then they were going to WrestleMania.
Yes.
So then I used to have like my wrestling ring, all my wrestlers in it. The Barbies and the Bratz would be sitting around the outside cheering on their man.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
They were cheering their man
like the
on.
wrestling wags.
It was so good. It was funny though, because Barbies are yay high and wrestlers are this high, right? But they made it work. They love a short king.
Yes.
Which is fine. But yeah, that was my goal. And I remember there was a time I went to school and all the girls were like, we're going to bring in our, like, our toys and we're going to like do this thing. And I was like, brilliant. And I brought in all my wrestling figures and I got slagged rotten. Because they all brought in their Bratz and their Barbies, and I was like, and I've got the boys, and they were like, go and play with the boys. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the girls were like, what? Like, this is not our thing.
This is not our thing. So that's why the older I got, because for years I didn't tell anyone I liked wrestling. Like, I loved it. Stopped talking about it because I got to that age. I was like, this is like a dirty secret. I can't tell anyone. Like, I'm getting slagged rotten, like on the down low. And then it wasn't until I started working in a comic book shop years ago, and then loads of people were coming in like talking about it and stuff, and I was like, oh, I can start embracing a wee bit more of who I am. And that's when I met friends that liked it, and everything kind of spiraled from there. And I was like, now you can't get me to stop talking about it. Like,
no, I think it makes you even cooler. Like, hot girls love pro wrestling. Like, if you see a hot girl and then she's also into wrestling, like, come on.
Exactly. I feel like I'm trying to make like a little faction of us, being like, if I see something, come on.
We should make a girl band. We should bring this like to life, that's like this wrestling girl band.
Yes.
Because I always say like, I would love to be a wrestler, but I don't want to do the wrestling part. I want to do the outfits. I want to do the strut, the entrance.
Yep.
Maybe a bit the trash talking.
A manager then.
I could be like a Kiana James, even though she's really good in the ring, but like, yeah.
You could come out with your custom bags.
Yes.
I can
double
see
promo.
Yep. Now we've got
I can see this.
Yeah.
I need to make this happen. I need to like at some point in my life like be a manager or like a side bitch, or like, you know, like Goldust and Sable, be like a Sable. Or, I don't know if she wrestled or not, because I don't really know much of the old stuff.
She wrestled a little bit, but
okay,
she wasn't brilliant.
Right.
She was like, for the time, she was decent. She was more just of a pull your hair, put you down sort of person. But
I could do that. I could
that's
do
fine.
that.
Yeah, we could get you there.
I could.
100%.
Yeah. Like even though Scarlett wrestles, like I love Scarlett and Carrion, like, and when she just like enters with him, like it just brings it to another level.
She is so good. So that's where I remember when they first debuted, I was kind of gutted that she didn't get to wrestle, but I was like, actually, I like this dynamic way better.
It works.
It's so good. It was also like when you had Lana and Rusev for a while. She was like the really pretty blonde, and he was also the big gruff guy, and it was that sort of like Beauty and the Beast style vibe. And I think that really works when you've got a guy. You can see his soft sides only for her, because then he unleashes and does his own thing, and I like that vibe.
I like the whole couples thing, like the Liv and Dom.
Oh, don't stop. I love them so much.
They're so good at their kayfabe because you think like, are they actually like?
Yeah.
But I doubt it. Like he proper loves his wife and stuff, but they're very, very good at making you believe they're actually together.
And his wife is a very secure woman.
What a freaking strong woman.
Yeah, she knows that she invested at a good time for him. And
Yeah.
she knows that he loves her to death because I
But
don't know if
some
I
of
could
the
be that
things
strong.
you watch Liv do, like jumping up and straddling him and all that, and the way she like Liv's freaking amazing. Like so
I'm jealous
hot,
every
like,
time. I'm like, I wish that was me and Dom Mysterio, but pop off, queen.
or you wish you were Dom Mysterio. Like
Well,
either
true.
way.
I see if I don't put my glass on and squint enough, she's also blonde, so I can be like, I can work with that.
No, seriously, like that's what we always say. Like his wife is well strong. Like
So good. But I love their dynamic so much because obviously I'm a massive Rhea Ripley fan. And
I can tell.
yeah, we've kind of got that vibe about us.
Yes, you're like the blonde Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and see when it was her and Dom, I loved it. I thought it was great. I
That was
loved
a good
the fact-
dynamic too.
Again, it's very chalk and cheese, and I like that whole thing. It reminded me of like Eddie and China back in the day, and it just gave me that little like nostalgia vibe. And then when I could see they were starting to do the Liv thing, at first I really hated it, or I thought I hated it. I was like, I can't believe they're going to split up Dom and Rhea because they've just got such a good thing going on, everything with the dynamic. But see now, with hindsight and now looking back, I'm like, actually, it was the best thing that happened. Rhea didn't need Dom. If anything, she's better now that she's not attached to Judgment Day and she's doing her own thing, standing on 2 feet. Whereas Liv and Dom just seem perfect for each other. They just seem like they're meant to be together.
It works. Like it's very like it's very heel vibes, but like soft heel, very just like teasing and cheeky and like I love what they did the Valentine's Day thing. Like they sat and had their chicken nuggies while watching the Jade match. It's
so
just like
good.
these little details are genius, and that's like the depth of the performance art to it. Like these stories, like if they can hook us in on the stories, like this is like the thing that really like drew me to it. Well, the first thing that drew me to it was Roman Reigns. I cannot lie. Like
Yeah, I feel that.
so, like I suddenly paid attention because like my man's been into it like his whole life, but I think he was getting into it. And I've been with him 3.5 years, so I've been watching it about that amount of time, like just after we met. But I was like kind of watching like I didn't really know what to look for, but I was like, I want to try and get this. Like I don't, because I was so unfamiliar with wrestling. And I'm a very like spiritual person. So even though like Roman Reigns is like so stunning and he actually has a similar look to my man, like they're like in different fonts.
Oh, I love that. You're a lucky
So I
lady.
was like, ooh. But what I loved about him was like, it was as if he was a god. It was this godly vibe. Like when he entered, it's like, oh, and the Ulafala and all that. And I'm like, ooh, okay, I think I'm going to start watching. So he was like my first wrestler that I really was like, I had like a thing for.
Yeah, and also when he comes out, I don't know about you, but time seems to go in slow motion. That man, it's like he's just came out of the ocean.
You're looking at every drip of sweat.
His hair blow, like he has that one's a paid actor. He comes out and everything goes in slow motion. You just see him. And even if he's not, because he's not my normal type, right? Normally I'm not into like the chiseled good looking guy, which maybe that says a lot of the people I liked, but sorry. But like when he comes out, I'm just like, oh my God, yeah, he's so good. So I can understand as soon as you saw him, you were like, what is this we're watching?
Yeah, I think I had
Is
to
there
like
more?
kind of like fancy someone first to get me into it. And then I saw Damian Priest and I was like, oh, he's kind of like Roman in a different front, but more my type.
I love that. So we can see your type. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You like tall guys, long hair.
well, just more, not even that, like the essence of like the rockiness of him.
Yes.
Like he's more like Roman's too nice. Like I feel like in real life he's just like way
pretty.
out of my league. Like way like needs to be with a fucking goddess.
because
Like,
he looks like a god, as you said.
do you know what I mean? Whereas like Damian Priest is more rough and like,
Yeah.
and I found
get
out his
there.
guilty pleasure was Britney Spears. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so funny because for a while my man was like, I don't like Damian Priest. Like every time he came on, he was rich, and I was like,
He
well,
could tell.
that's because I think he's nice.
Yeah, exactly. He
Like
could
you don't like
tell.
anyone I think is nice, but I'm like, I actually think loads of them are nice now. But I think I needed something like that to like make me interested.
Get you
Like,
involved. Well, I feel like if you're not into wrestling, you need something which you can connect with because If you like it and you really love the actual wrestling aspect of it and stuff, and it's dead easy for you to get into, like, it is what it is. But if you're someone that's didn't understand it or didn't grow up with it to that extent and things, you do need to feel connected in some sort of way. And that's where I feel like WWE is some of the easiest to get involved with, especially like the storylines. So again, there's something for everyone. As you said, you could connect with someone with sort of vibe and how they looked, and you've also got people who watch it just for the storyline aspect of it. You've got the sort of people who watch it just for the fashion aspect of it, or like the pop culture references. I think that's really cool. A lot of them now have a lot of creativity with their outfits or their songs.
Love that part of it.
And you know that, and that's what I love. I love when you watch like a big pay-per-view and I go, wait, that's based off like that anime or that movie or something. And then you've got people who just, do we just fancy them? Like, there's quite a few of them. As soon as they come on the telly, I'm like, hold your wish, I need to see this man.
Listen, it makes it easier. Like, if like loads of them are easy on the eye, girls and guys.
Yes.
Like, Cody's very easy on the eye. Braun Breaker's easy on the eye. Like, there's plenty of them that you're like, I can enjoy watching you. Alistair Black, like.
Mine's is more like Jacob Fatu. Mine's is the works.
I love Jacob.
See if I think they could kill me, but they won't. I'm like, here we go. That's why Jacob Fatu, I'm like, you're a psycho, but I'm okay with it. Like,
yes.
I know we could be psychos together and we could run off and have a great time. Yes. But that's absolutely fine. So yeah, him, and also my boy since day one was Pete Dunne. I love him.
Really?
Yeah, no one else fancies him, and every time I say...
no, sorry.
Yeah, every time I say how much I fancy him, everyone goes, really? But he's been my boy for years since the Indies.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and as soon as he got signed, I was like, oh... Yeah.
See, there's quite a few of them that there's things that give me the ick that are like weird things. Like if we're talking about like fancy aspects, like Ilya Dragunov gives me the ick.
Oh yeah.
See when they don't wear knee pads and they got see when they got like the tiny trunks and no knee pads,
it's like naked,
and they look like a wee boy that's running about in their trunks. No, I can't deal. It really gives me the ick.
I feel that they need to have like certain. I feel like, again, I'll go back to Pete Dunne. He doesn't wear knee pads, but he's got the cool knee tattoo. He's got the big bear in his knee, but he wears the boots.
Which breaks it up a wee bit.
Yeah, but see when they wear the short boots, just the pants, they do it like a wee boy who's like, Ma'am, I need to toilet.
I can't deal. Yeah. I cannot.
I have this thing, I've said this before and I got slagged for it. See if I can look at someone and I can imagine them putting their hands up and shouting uppies. That's what gives me the... That's what gives me the ick. And some of them I'm like, I could imagine you going uppies, and as soon as I can imagine that, I'm like, I just can't anymore. I don't care who you are, but that's really put me off.
They need a bit of grit. Like I like Jimmy Uso, but I don't like Jey Uso.
Same. Jey Uso I used to vibe for, and now I'm just like, you just seem messy, not in a good way. Jimmy, Big Jim,
Jimmy's got more of a something. They're twins, but it's like they're so different personality wise. Like,
they are. And also, ever since seeing him on Total Divas, perfect. Have you ever watched Total Divas?
No, I need to.
This is.
I need to find like what I'm gonna like. What streaming platforms now on? Because obviously I'm late to the party.
So it's off most streaming platforms. If I can find anywhere, I'll link you. But this was reality TV with all the girls and then some of their partners and stuff, and it was just the most tea ever. It was so good. It's like, I love a bit of cheesy reality TV, and having this mixed in with the wrestlers, so good. But on that, Naomi and Jim, they were so good. They had like the best relationship, and you were like, this is the sort of relationship that you want.
I love that. Yeah, I like when there's couples in wrestling. I think it makes you even more invested, and I'm really enjoying watching Unreal as well, because I love seeing what goes on behind the scenes, seeing how they come up with the storylines, how just the performance art of it. Whereas like my man doesn't really like watching Unreal. He's like, he would rather like, he's like on the side of Paul Heyman when Paul Heyman goes, well, I don't really like this show. I'm from the day where like, you know, you keep kayfabe alive, but like it's just not alive these days. Like you just things are so, even with social media and that, is really, really hard to like fully keep it alive. How do you feel about that aspect of it?
I'm kind of I can toe the line with it a little bit. I feel like I also love the show. I love seeing the behind the scenes, but then I also love, again, I love that side of wrestling though. I really love understanding how things work, seeing a bit more to it. I feel like for me, I'm kind of always craving more because I've sought for so long. I want to see a bit more of it. I do think that in the modern day, you don't have kayfabe like you used to. It is hard to do it now in the sort of days of social media and everything else, and that you can't. There are some things I think should still be protected a little bit. Like I'm not a big fan of the fact that they're talking about like going through the match and talking about how it's going to finish and stuff, because I feel like that's one of those things that people know it but don't say it out loud sort of thing.
Do you mean like during the match or?
No, there was one episode in particular where I think it was one of the first episode of series 1, and it was like Rhea Ripley was talking about, so I'm going to hit her like this and she's going to do that and I'm going to do that and then we're going to end like this.
Right.
And I get that, and I feel like working backstage at wrestling shows and stuff, that happens, but that was the only part I was like, I don't 100% like that they're going through, because it's like taking a bit of the magic away. The way I see it is like when you go to Disneyland, you know someone's under the Mickey Mouse, but see if they took their hat off and showed you they were under it, it ruins it. We're not stupid, we know they're there, but certain things I just didn't like them saying out loud. But I'm not like a complete hater. Like,
you like a balance of knowing the real part of it, and
I like a little bit of the magic. Like, take it like a TV show. I love when you see like the spoofs and the behind the scenes and stuff, but then I don't want to see absolutely everything that happens and then I can't get invested in the moment. That was all. But I think they've got a good balance of it just now. And again, for me personally, I just love seeing behind the scenes, and that's something I love doing like now at the shows that I work at and stuff, is I love talking to people. So what made you do this? Why are we going this direction? What's the angle we're having after this? I love all that personally.
Definitely.
So to have more of it is great, but I can understand the people that are in the side of being like, that's too much. Like, you're giving all the secrets away. If all the secrets are away, how can someone get invested? You need to find a new way to get them invested.
Because it is like a movie. Like, this is what I try and explain to people that are like, but wrestling is fake. Why do you enjoy it? And I'm like, well, why do you watch movies or TV shows? Or do you know what I mean? Like, this has just got an aspect of fighting to it. But I like that it's not real fighting. Like, I can't watch like boxing or MMA or something. Like, people who genuinely have a lot of ego and want to like punch each other's brains out. Like, I don't find that appealing. Like, I like that these are professional athletes and they're not purposely trying to hurt each other. Like, they do get hurt. Like, like Logan Paul says in his podcast, like, this shit hurts. Like, people don't realize like everything hurts. And it takes a lot. It's like the things they have to do is like, not only do they have to do all of these moves and they have to do a full match and everything, they have to act, they have to be a character, they have to be in the storyline, they have to do so much more than just wrestle. And I have so much respect for that. Like, it's not easy whatsoever.
It's not at all. And as you were saying, see when someone does the whole, oh, but it's fake, I'm like, see when you watch the Avengers, you don't actually think that Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, do you? No, you suspend your belief and then you still watch the movie and you love what's happening. That's the same thing when I watch anyone like CM Punk and that. I know that what's going on, but that's the thing as well. There needs to be, I feel there needs to be more respect for people that hate on it, because I'm like, they do hit each other, but they do it safely.
Yes.
As you said, there's so much they have to learn. Like, it's not just turning up, because not anyone can just do this. There's so much to it. They train for some people for years. They still train even when they're at that level. They have to keep their body to a certain standard. As you said, they have to have a character. They have to talk. There's so many aspects to it. And depending on what type of wrestling you do as well. So even then, like the WWE style is one thing, and then again, as I was saying, I like deathmatch wrestling and stuff. That's a whole other kettle of fish. That's you doing wrestling and adding on then this other aspect of it, which is dangerous. This is a part where something could go wrong in an instant. So you also have to learn how to do these things safely. How can you add this extreme nature to it, but still make sure that you both walk out of there okay at the end and stuff. And that's something as well I find so fascinating, how they challenge that. And it's weird, because if you asked me to watch, like, I don't know, like something really gory, I'm terrible with blood, but see the second I know it's like one of my friends and they're having a death match, and even though they're like covered in blood after, I'm like, that's fine. I'm sitting there watching, feel like, yay, like clapping away, being like, you go girl, and helping clean them up after it, being like, I'll get the glass out your back, that's absolutely fine.
You're hilarious.
Any other aspect, if I saw someone get glass in the street, I'd be on deck. But it's so weird, because I'm like, I get it, I know it's safe, I know what these are doing and stuff. And that's where it's like a controlled manner. So same thing with wrestling, I know it's a controlled manner. So that's where I'm like, I'm so into it, and I'm just like locked in fully. Like I can be front row at these things, just being like, give me more.
And they have to do it in one take as well. Like, movies get to like redo different scenes. Like,
exactly.
I watched an episode of Unreal last night, and it was like the Lyra and Becky match at SummerSlam, and Lyra was really upset because it didn't go to plan. Like, her zip tie came off and it wasn't supposed to, and all this kind of stuff. And that's what she was saying. Like, it's not a movie. Like, you can't control how it goes. We can't redo it. Like, they just have to like flow in the moment if things didn't go as planned, and that's a talent in itself. Like,
think about how many people are watching them live, how many people are watching them at home. That is insane. And I could only imagine, like, there's nothing worse. You've ever had that anxiety where all of a sudden you just like freeze for a second because you realise that you're alive. Imagine that happening while all that's going on. Like, that is insane.
And thousands of people are watching you,
Yeah,
including people on telly as well.
And
like,
everyone's got an opinion these days as well. With social media, you know for a fact that people are more likely to say when they don't like something than when they do like something. So you know if you've messed up, someone's going to find it, someone's going to clip it.
Yeah.
People are going to talk about it all the time. So having that running through your head while you're doing everything, while you're trying to be safe as well, I can't imagine what they go through. Like, it's scary, and that's where I have so much respect for anyone that does it, whether it's on like a local level, whether it's on like the top level. Like,
definitely.
I don't know if I could do that. Like, I can't sometimes walk and talk at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
literally. Yeah. And like going through that for so many years, like to get like, because obviously WWE is like the top level, the top company. And these people that are in it, like someone like Drew McIntyre from Scotland, like it's actually mad to see someone from Ayr, Scotland as the WWE champion. But the things he's had to go through to get to that point, the years that he's put in, the hard work, the toll on his body, the acting skills he's had to take on, like it's a lot. Like, and I would really love people to respect it more, like for all of the aspects that are involved. Like, people are too quick to dismiss because it's not real, because you know who's going to win. That doesn't make it not real. It's just part of a story.
I think it's a bit different now. I feel like wrestling's starting to become popular again a wee bit, and it's starting to become something that we talk about, and things like Netflix and that I think has really helped. But I felt like for a while it was just really cool to crap on it and to be like, I don't like this and stuff. And again, like I said, when I was in school, it was like, I can't believe you like this.
I was going to say, I think it's childish when people are just like, oh, you watch wrestling? What? It's like, are we 12 still?
Exactly. But then
where's your open mind?
Yeah, but now I feel like, see, now that we've got things like, as I said, Netflix, and it's on YouTube and it's everywhere there, I feel like people are really opening up to it. And I think it's really cool as well. There's a lot more like kids getting into it and stuff, or I've noticed a lot more people getting into it. And a lot more things like celebrities talking about it, or even like local celebrities and stuff, or like local like well-known people and things, they're talking about it. And I think it's taken away that little bit of stigma.
And celebrities being at the events and stuff like that, like people who are fans of them will be like, oh.
Exactly.
I used to watch WWE as a kid. Maybe I'll like watch it again, especially now it's on Netflix. Like, I think it's given more access.
Definitely. And that's where, like, see, even at the local shows and that, like I work at and stuff, sometimes I walk in the crowd and you'll see local comedians, and you've got like social media people, and you've got all these people that for the area that we're in, like they're well known and they've got a good following. They're coming along, they're talking about it, so then more local people are hearing about it and stuff. And that's really sick. Like, we had someone that came along a while ago and they put some clips up and they went viral, and we were like, oh my god, like this person just came along and they were just watching the show, getting involved. So seeing it on all those levels as well, like again, WWE has like your actual celebrities, but then even in your local level, you've got people that are well known. And I think it's just the times are changing a little bit, and I think it's becoming like, I don't know if I'd go as far as say it's becoming cool again, but I feel like it's in pop culture again. And I feel it's really hard to get something in pop culture now because everything moves so quickly. But like, it's going viral, it's on TikTok. Rhea Ripley was a massive part of that as well, because everyone was just thirsting over her. And then everyone was thirsting over Roman Reigns. So having those two alone, people were talking about them on like TikTok and stuff, and that got people watching like everything else. And I think that's really helped.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, that's what got me into wrestling, being like, oh, hello, Roman Reigns. Like, now I'm going to suddenly start taking interest. There's always like something, like you say, like if you just, even like looking at Liv Morgan and like the references she's pulling, like the Britney and Christina references, like just love it. Tiffany Stratton's very Y2K, like you can like see them on Pinterest or whatever and be like, well, they're a wrestler, that's cool, like maybe I'll watch a match. Or there's different things that pull people in. There's different aspects that, like, wrestling fans could be all different types of people, which is such a cool thing about it. There's not like just one type of person that that's into wrestling. Yeah,
100%. That's where like sometimes there's like, you can tell a mile off certain people, but see when you find someone a bit different, that's like when it was yourself. I was like, wait, you like wrestling? And that's when you showed that you had like your cosplay of like Liv Morgan, and I was like, shut up.
Only one person knew who I was that night. I was rage.
I'm raging for you. I'm raging for you. That was like, I think I told you the story because that was near, I was at a Comic-Con a few weeks before it, and I dressed as Toni Storm, Rockstar Toni Storm.
That's funny.
People either didn't know who I was at first, or they kept thinking I was one of the Bellas. And I was like, I get
she
that.
looks nothing like Tony Storm.
I know, just because I had a red hat on. I think I literally had a red hat on. They were like, oh, Nikki Bella. And I was like,
no. You're just naming a wrestler that you know.
yeah, I'm like, it's just another female. I mean, first of all, she's got dark hair.
Yes.
Again, that's when the nerdy part of me was like, actually.
Let me tell you all the
I'll
specifics.
tell you everything here right now. But even like that, and that's when I was like, and you showed me yours. I was like, oh, it's Liv Morgan. And you were showing me, and you were like, as you said, you were like, people didn't get it.
Yeah, I got it. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's all
I
that
felt
matters.
buzzing that I got to be Liv Morgan for the night.
I loved your outfit so
and
much.
I went to see WWE live, and I was Rhea Ripley. And
so sick.
my man was Big Papa Pump. Obviously, they don't go together, but that's who he wanted to be.
That.
And he bleached his beard like an hour before we had to leave to go to the show, and we were coming from Edinburgh. But it was like ADHD as well, right? Yep. I'm just going to do it last minute. But
you have to.
It was funny because some guys were like, oh my God, there's Scott Steiner. And I was like, that's my man, Scott Steiner. Yeah, he's my.
I'm actually with Scott Steiner.
It's like, babe, I'm loving this bleached beard on you. Like, it actually looks hot.
That's so good. No,
I had like the black wig on, and like I pure felt like Rhea Ripley. I felt badass. It was so fun. I love dressing up as a wrestler.
You do have this whole thing when you do it. Like, I love a bit of cosplay. Like, I love it every so often. Like, when I do my streams, if I do a wrestling one, I'll do like a
I've
sort of one.
seen you like have all different outfits.
I've had like Jeff Hardy. I did Nikki Bella after that because I had all the stuff, and I was like, well, if you think I'm Nikki Bella, I'm going to do Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
I did Raven and all that. I've done some different ones, but I love it so much. But you feel like, oh, great. But it was funny because I went to WrestleMania on the 2 nights. The first night I went all dressed, all nice.
Oh my God, you've been to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I went to WrestleMania last year.
Did you? In Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know this. I'm just learning this.
It was so good.
That's insane.
It was so good. But night one, I went, it was Rhea Ripley inspired, but not fully. I didn't want to wear a wig and stuff. But the next night, because John Cena was having his last WrestleMania one, I went full John Cena, jorts, oversized John Cena top, headband, sweatbands, the whole time I was shouting Chain Gang. I had the everything. I went, like I said, full John Cena, and I looked around and I was like, oh, I look not okay in the head, but we got to do it for our boy John.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was sick.
Oh my God, I love that. Was it like the best experience ever?
It was weird. It was like, so the only reason I went is I got some money. Like, I got some money through something, and I was like, oh, that's the exact amount to go to WrestleMania. What a sign.
What?
Has to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I booked it up. But I did WrestleMania. I did the SmackDown, NXT, and the Raw after Mania, including Mania.
Oh my gosh.
But I also did the indie shows that were there.
Uh-huh.
Because again, I really like them. But there are two very different experiences. So first of all, WrestleMania was so good. Just to say I've been to one and be in the atmosphere was amazing. I was so distracted the whole time though that I felt like I was watching everything. I had to come home and rewatch the show.
So much to analyse.
Yeah, like I just get distracted. I'm watching people just like losing their shit, and I'm like, oh wait, I should actually be watching the match.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on, but it was so cool to see I've done it. Especially in like Vegas, it was cool to see that I've been to like a massive stadium. I've never been to a stadium that size before in my life. Saw Dom win the title. And
oh my God, that was such a good moment.
I screamed. The poor people beside me.
Pure wasn't expecting it. I was like, no, that was that was one of the best parts of WrestleMania, I think.
Him and Jacob won the titles on the same day, and I was like,
so
"You have booked this for me." This
totally. They knew you were coming.
So good. Yeah, Rhea's it was just perfecto. But I would say, Matt, like, even though that was good, the indie shows were actually the part which stood out for me. So that was where there's this thing called The Collective. Mm-hmm. So there's a sort of indie wrestling company called GCW. And what they do is they run shows at WrestleMania weekend. So a lot of local places do. They know that there's a lot of wrestling fans in one area. So all these local companies will fly over to Vegas. A lot of them are American anyway, but they'll come over to Vegas and they'll put on their own little shows because they're like, there's going to be a lot of people that like this, so come see it. Mm-hmm. So I went to a couple shows. I went to Bloodsport on the first night. So Bloodsport, the aspect of that is it's a ring, but it has no ropes. It's just the ring.
Oh, wow.
And you do like mat wrestling. It's meant to be more of like real wrestling. Mm-hmm. And Natalia was in it. So Natalia was in it. That's where, you know, the new gimmick she's got just now where she's natty.
I love that she's turned, it feels so much more believable.
Yeah, this is where she debuted it. So she did it there. She was like, I'm a badass, I'm going to kill this girl. And she came out to Rage Against the Machine, and I'm sitting there loving every moment of it because I love Natalia, but I hated the squeaky clean aspect of her.
No, this suits her so much more to like show off her skills and everything.
It's so cool. So she did that. Pete Dunne was also on the show.
You were like, hello,
yeah,
I'm here,
front center watching him beat someone up. I got feral, not gonna lie. I was sitting there like, oh my boy. Keep going. It was so good. So that was night one. We also watched, again, there was another show where, again, I had all these cool people, but it was, I'm a massive ECW fan growing up, which was like hardcore wrestling. And Sabu had his last ever match. So I got to see Sabu have his last match just before, like, he passed away like a month after it.
Wow.
Which was insane. So I was so lucky I got to see him. And the Sandman came out. So he did like an entrance part where he was meant to come out in the middle of the arena and do his big entrance as a surprise. But he accidentally came out where I was. So I was in like this wee booth thing, and the door opened of the booth, and I turned around and Sandman's just standing here. So I'm sleep deprived because obviously I haven't got used to the travel time. So I'm sitting there, feel like, when you're so tired, you feel like you're tripping.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm tripping, turn around, the Sandman is here with his cane and he's got this beer, and I just go,
what's going on?
I just scream in his face.
Did you actually?
I just scream in his face. I don't scream, right? That's not my natural reaction to anything, but I was just so in shock. I brought my phone out, recorded him, screamed in his face. He laughed at me, tried to offer me to drink some of his beer. I don't even drink beer, and I'm just sitting there going, oh, okay. But then the wee handler was like, you're at the wrong bit. Like, you're meant to be over here. So he was like, sorry. His music's still playing. He leaves and then goes down the bit he's meant to go to. But I'm just sitting there like,
that was trippy.
did anyone else see that? And then I went out. After that, there was no signal in there and stuff. I got out and then my phone was blown up. People like, mate, was that you and the Sandman? Did I just see you and the Sandman?
Way.
Because it was streaming on like a, so it's on TV. There's like an app which does all these wrestling stuff. It was on there, so the amount of people messaging me being like, did I just see you? Did you just scream in Sandman's face? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was
not just did I do that, people all over the world have now just saw me scream in the Sandman's face. But I will say it was still one of the coolest moments of my life.
That is such a cool moment.
Yeah.
Like, that is a story to tell.
Yeah, so that's where, even though WrestleMania was cool,
That
no
was
one's
your
going to top
moment.
that.
Yeah.
That was something which I'd feel like that was money can't buy experience. Like,
Defo.
when are you ever going to scream in the Sandman's face? Probably never.
Listen, claim to fame.
Yeah.
Listen, you can write it on your gravestone. And the girl who screamed in Sandman's face.
So embarrassing.
I mean, I'm sure you're going to do a lot more greater things than that, but
Hopefully I'm not screaming in people's faces.
For now, this is your bio.
Yeah, this is my thing. Maybe I'll change my Instagram bio just so people know that was me.
Yeah, you should. You should add it in. Speaking of, so you actually work in wrestling in the local scene. You're like a backstage presenter, is that right? You're like what is the woman called? You're like a Kathy Kayleigh?
Kathy Kayleigh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about that. How did you get into that and how long you've been doing it for? All that kind of stuff.
So I've been doing it for about 2 years now. Mm-hmm. What happened is, so I have loads of friends that like are wrestlers and stuff and work in wrestling and things. And my ex-partner, he does wrestling photography. Mm-hmm. So what happened is I was at a show, so there was a deathmatch company that was here in Scotland. It's not about anymore. And they held a show in Perth, I think it was. And long story short, I was backstage helping him set up like all these backstage like photos and all that and stuff and whatever. I was going to help out, just doing me bits, helping out and doing whatever. And I always talk to the boys and have a laugh and a chat and do things. And I was doing like social media videos and that for them, like taking me clips behind the scenes, taking clips of the show, putting them online, try to like do whatever. And one of the guys that I know, Chrissy, well, he's called Looking Sharp, is like his wrestling name. Mm-hmm. He came over to me and he was saying, he's like, you know that I have my own wrestling company in Glasgow called Valor? And I was like, yeah. I went, I've not actually been to a show yet because every time I went to go to a show, I've had something on. I went, but I see it on like social media and that, like I see it all the time. And he was like, oh, we were looking to start getting, like doing interviews and stuff and getting someone to work backstage and kind of like that, like in WWE where you do the interviews and all that sort of thing. Would you be interested in doing it? Because years before that, I had a podcast for a little bit of time where I was talking about wrestling. And he was like, I used to watch your podcast, like, basically it was like, you talk a lot of shit.
That's what we need.
Yeah, you're a bit of
we need the shit talkers.
Yeah, you talk shit, but you get on with everyone, blah, blah.
It's true though, you're good on the mic, you're talking smack, you're
that's
there.
where, it's funny because my nickname, right, so this is like a really funny like slight segment, but I always said I was a gobshite, but because I dress like this, my nickname's Goffshite. because I'm a goth who talks shite all the time, so goth shite is like my nickname.
Okay.
And I was like, that's me. And I was like, right, I'll come and do it. Cause I said to her, I was like really honest, I was like, I'm kind of nervous. When I'll try it, see if you don't like it or I'm not good at it, I will take no offence because I've never done it before. Just let me know. And he was like, yeah, come try it once, see whatever. So I remember going to my first show, and again, I talk to anybody. I don't normally get shy, but for some reason I was having the worst. I was like, oh, my anxiety was terrible. I nearly never went. I was so nervous. And there was there was two boys there that I'd spoke to loads, and I was like, oh my God, you're the only people I really know here properly. Like, can you do me a solid? See if I'm embarrassing myself. Just tell me. I'm a big girl.
Please let me know.
I would rather someone told me that I'm terrible and whatever than let me do it. But the first show went great. It went well. Like, looking back now, I'm like, I was so shit. But it worked out well, and I've been doing that ever since. So
you have to just start, you have to just jump in, go for it. You're shit at first, and then when you get used to it, you get better. But it's better than saying no to the opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. My whole thing is, so my mantra in life is like, see if it's not going to kill you and it's not going to put you in jail, just say yes.
Yeah, do it.
I'm such a yes person. Because I'm like, I've had some of the coolest experiences in my life, and I have so many stories that when I tell them, people think they must be fake. And I'm like, they're not. I just like saying yes if it's not going to hurt me or harm anyone. Like, just do it. Yeah. So I did that, and then that opened up other sort of opportunities and stuff. So then I worked for another company called W3L, which they do stuff like all over the country and that as well. So they're the two that I work for mostly. And it's just opened up so many opportunities. So now I get to do things with like some of the boys. I've done like podcasts, and I've done YouTube series, and I've got like, I do my social media stuff now, and I do like Twitch and things, and the boys get involved and whatever. Like, it's really opened up, and it's gave me so much confidence now as well. Because at first my whole thing was I would be at shows helping out for other people and do other things, and I was like, people probably, what if they don't want me here? Or like, I don't want anyone thinking I'm just like here just straggling on. But now I'm like, I now have a reason to do things, and
you're part of it.
Yeah, I really like it. So I've met so many friends through it, like some of the boys and the girls and that. I would say boys, but I mean like the girls as well. Yeah. Like, I'm now really close with a lot of them. I'd count them as some of my good friends. I like the fact I can talk about stuff that I like a lot of the, again, we like wrestling and comic books and movies and whatever and stuff. Like, we can all talk about that together. And it's good, and it's really built my confidence up, because before, like, even then I used to do little things on social media and get so embarrassed about it all the time. But they'd be like, no, do it, like, that's cool. Or they'd share it and be like, let's keep going and whatever and stuff. So I feel like in the last year especially, like, so much of my life changed in like a small amount of time. And I feel like I've now became more of me. And I've now stopped caring what people, I never really cared anyway. I've always kind of been like, I don't really give a hell what anyone cares. But now more than ever, I feel like I've been like, I'm just doing me. If people want to be on the ride with me, they can. Like, you can unfollow me. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to do that. And I feel like now I've got more friends than ever, more people that do that. Like, even like yourself and that. Now I've met like you and stuff. Like, you meet people that are in your thing, and that's, long story short, where it all came from. And now I get to work like up and down the country doing stuff for like backstage interviewing, making social media videos. Like, I just love it.
And
so
just like, to the people watching, like, put yourself out there, especially like these days. Like, every time Dick and Harry's putting themselves out there, whether it's good or not, like, there's so much going on. And if you can actually be your genuine self with what you're doing as well, I think that's even better, because there is so many people doing stuff. You can see there's a lot of like I don't know the actual word, if ingenuine's a real word, but like,
I get that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can tell the authentic content creators and artists and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, if you really are passionate about something and you're holding yourself back, especially these days, like, don't just put yourself out. You have nothing to lose. And if anything, like, yes, people are gonna like give you shit sometimes, but like, that's just part of life. Like, you just need to like learn that it's nothing to do with you and it's just a projection of them, and just do your own thing anyway, because at the end of the day, it's your life, and you're only going to have experiences from it. You're only going to grow in confidence. Like, if you don't say yes, then you don't know. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And that's the thing, like, you're always going to have people that don't like you for being you. You're have people that don't like you for all sorts of things, but I'm like, if I can be me and someone doesn't like me, that's fine, because they don't like, because not everyone's going to like everyone. I think that's a big thing as well. And like, there's a lot of like, especially girls and stuff in like wrestling, which are younger than me. And that's one of the things I give. I'm like, I can't really give advice on like the wrestling side of it, but I can give advice on the other life side of it. I was like, in life, people are not going to like you. because not everyone likes everybody.
Right.
That's just how humans are. Like, you'll find people that like you bond with and whatever and stuff. So rather than focusing your time on the people that don't, focus on like what makes you happy. Like, you're here to make you happy.
Exactly.
And that's where, like I said, in the last year, I've changed so much of different things just because it feels more authentic to be me. And as I said earlier, like, if you don't want to see it, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to see it. Like, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to do this. And I think people know, like, I'm a weirdo and I don't have the energy to be fake. Like, I am so real that sometimes it's my downfall because you can see I'm chaotic and I'm crazy and I'm like whatever, but that's what I like. And that's where, as I said, now I've met, I like to call them like my weirdos, like my other weirdos and stuff. Like, we've all got our own weird thing.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the only way to meet your people is by being yourself. If you're not being yourself, then and that's the only thing that's going to inspire other people to be themselves too, because they'll see it in you, and there'll be people that are drawn to different people. Like, even in terms of wrestling, there's people that are inspired by different types of wrestlers, because I feel like as human beings we see ourselves in each other, and whatever we're drawn to and inspired by, whoever we like musically and wrestling, whatever, that's because they're showing us a piece of ourselves, and it just can inspire us to be more of ourselves and to express ourselves more.
100%.
And that's like, it's never a bad thing. Like, you can only get good things from that.
Yeah, and that's where like a lot of my inspiration comes from, is like music, wrestling, comics and whatever. That's where, like, again, like a big fan, we were talking about it before this, like one of my favourite artists ever is Amy Winehouse. So
Same.
like that, so having like this sort of like strong persona, gothic, like big makeup and whatever and stuff, like love that sort of style. Again, we've spoke about like the wrestling, like sort of like Lita, the Hardy Boys, nowadays Rhea Ripley. That was like my sort of thing. Like in comic books, of seeing like the really like strong independent women and stuff. Games like Lara Croft and whatever, like all these things. And we were saying like very Y2K, all that sort of thing.
Shows you yourself.
Very inspired, and that sort of stuff I talk about all the time. So even in like the wrestling stuff I do, sometimes I'll do like a little bit of a cosplay, bring in the sort of stuff that I do, like niche references. When I do Twitch and stuff, like I'll talk, sometimes playing games, sometimes I just watch wrestling and I'm just like, let's just vibe together. And just bring a like inspiration from all of it. And that's where now, like I said, I'm starting to find more and more of like my little community of people that
including me now. I'm in the community. Right, quick fire round before we finish.
Right.
Favourite female wrestler?
Modern or...
Oh, well, you could do one of each.
Okay, Lita, obviously, overall. It's actually hard because I'm like, would it be her?
Yeah, I feel like she inspired
I feel
your
like
childhood.
Lita's definitely up there. I've got ones like Luna Vachon. She is like someone I think is really cool, but I feel like not a lot of people know who she is. She's like a proper old school one.
We'll look into it.
You'll love her style if you don't already. Nowadays, of course, I have to say Rhea Ripley, but Sol Ruka's up there.
Sol Ruka's,
Sol Ruka is so
impressive.
Sick. I feel like she's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And she makes all her own gear and stuff in that as well. So again, I have so much respect for her bringing it up. What about you? Who's your favourite?
Liv Morgan.
100%, of course.
I love her. She's like my sister.
Yeah.
I just like see myself in her.
I can
see the Y2K icons in her.
Yeah.
Secondly, like Tiffany Stratton, because of her whole like vibe.
Yeah.
Like
of
her
course.
whole like diva.
She's got it all. I could genuinely see you hanging out together and having a good time.
That is the band.
Yep.
Right, male.
Again, back in the day, Jeff Hardy. First love.
I can see that.
Always got a bit of him. Nowadays, if we're talking WWE, I would say Dom Mysterio is my boy, because I can see him going far. I can see him being the next big guy who's going to like take over, because he's really versatile.
Defo.
Which is good. Yeah, he would be my WWE guy. Outside of that, my boy that I'm rooting for just now is Atticus Cogar. He is like, again, on that GCW, an indie sort of guy. He does about everything. He does death matches, he does good matches, he's got really good gear. He's always got really interesting outfits, which you'll find really interesting. He makes really good entrance videos, really good promos. He's like the full package.
Okay.
So he's someone outside of WWE if you ever want to learn about him.
Okay, looking into that.
Yeah, what about you?
Braun Breaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love Braun
Big strong
Breaker.
man.
I just think he's amazing. He's amazing on the mic. He's amazing at taking moves. He's amazing at giving moves. He's just born to be a wrestler, I feel.
Very natural.
Yeah, I've just like fell in love with him. Not in that sort of way, obviously, but like just in case my man sees this and thinks, what, bitch?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Like, as a wrestler, I'm just like, I'm passionate about him. I think he's amazing. Before that, I was like really into Cody Rhodes, but I'm kind of like bored. Like, he needs to switch up. He needs to go heel or something. Like,
he's
I
giving
need
me
something
Superman
to
vibes. You know, like he's too clean cut.
I like that. He looks like an action figure. It's cool. And I did like Roman Reigns and Damian Priest in the beginning, but Damian, I feel like I know him for some reason and I can't take him seriously because he's such a nice guy and he's supposed to be like this big badass. Whenever he talks, I'm just like, I can't take you serious, but I want to be his friend. He seems like such a nice person.
Yeah, I feel like he was so cool to hang out with. He is stupidly tall. He walked past me one time and he was like,
yeah, he looks huge.
I can't even describe how tall he is. It was like, I've never saw someone that height walk past me before. I was like, I know you're tall, but this was like, oh my,
insane.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Imagine how short I'd be.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just hide inside him.
I know. Right. What about entrance?
Entrance.
I know there's so many, but like if just one of the ones you like.
See, back in the day, do you know one of my favourite entrances ever was the Brood? Because they used to come up. So this is Gangrel. He would come up and they'd have the fire and the smoke. And they'd all come up, they were vampire style, very Lost Boys, one of my favourite movies. He would come up and he had a gauntlet of blood. He would then sip it and spit the blood everywhere.
Oh.
And that was like, I remember as a child just being like, oh, this has awoken something inside me. So that was definitely one of my old school ones. Modern day, there's not many that I can think of that stand out.
I think you'll like the one I'm going to say.
Oh, and you go
Alistair Black.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Raises.
The way he's like coming up and like just the whole mood of it. Even that like I liked it before Zelina joined, but now she joined, like she's not ruined it. I was like, she's not killing this vibe, but obviously they're together in real life, so they're symbiotic.
Of course they
she's
work together.
adding to it.
Yeah, they work together.
And Karrion and Scarlett, but I feel like they're similar entrances that it's like they make you feel something.
Yeah.
Roman's one's good too because everyone's like,
always good.
The god's here.
Do you know who actually I like? I'm going to give some respect to Javon Evans. I like the fact, so he's the new guy that's
the bouncy.
Out. Yeah, so I love the fact that he seems so passionate. There's not many.
Super ADHD.
Yes.
You can tell.
I'm like, I get you. But there's not many people, you can tell he is living his dream. He is so excited and you can tell that's a genuine excitement. He's not putting it on. And every time he comes out, I always feel so happy to watch him. I'm rooting for him. I'm like, I am so happy for you. Yeah. When he comes out and he grabs the camera and he like mixes up, I'm like, you genuinely look like you're living life.
It is good that a lot of the ones are like, even Braun Breaker came from like NXT. Obviously he's in the family and stuff like that. I first started liking him because of Wolf Dogs. I thought Wolf Dogs were so good. They didn't go on for long enough.
No,
he was just so funny and I'm like, okay, like I was paying attention. But yeah, it's good, like all the ones that come from NXT and like the encouragement and nurturing that they put into the younger ones and like really trying to put them over.
It's like, be yourself. And I think they've been taking more of a risk with bringing guys up lately. Because for a while it was kind of stale. You were having the same guys having the same matches over and over again and the same sort of things. And then when they brought in like Braun Breaker and stuff, and then they made Division. I know just now obviously a lot of them are injured, so they're not really doing as much just now.
What the heck's going on with Division?
I feel like they're jinxed. It's basically just got Logan Paul just kicking about being like, I'm the only one here just now. But yeah, I love that. But yeah, Braun Breaker's a great answer.
Right, since we're fashion queens, I'll finish it on gear. Whose gear would you like to wear the most?
Oh, wear it, please. 100%. I feel like I own most of that stuff anyway.
Oh my gosh, Wicked Lester Clothing, who's making all like so many people's gear. I think she started with Real Lip. I've been following her for years and years and years. I used to live in New York and I had a friend who bought stuff off of her, like corsets and like trousers and stuff like that. So I've had her on Instagram for a good amount of time, way before she did wrestling, and I'm actually buzzing for her. I don't even know her anything, but I'm just like, I'm so buzzing for you because like seeing her doing all this wrestling gear is so good.
It was so cool. Do you know, I was so close to buying, see when she made Rhea Ripley's Terrifier gear. I'm a massive horror fan, love Terrifier and Scream and everything. And when she made that, she actually released for a limited amount of the Terrifier tops. Oh. And I was so close. They sold out before I got on there, but I was so close to being like,
so many people know about her now, which is like, I'm so buzzing for her. I love seeing people do well that you've seen on the journey. Yeah, hopefully so I do a wrestler's like painted jacket or something one day. Like let's put it out there.
We're going to manifest that. That's going to be the thing.
I just need to get to a meet and greet and make someone something for a meet and greet, so it's possible.
You never know. I feel like if we put it out there, I feel like you could make one for Liv Morgan. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna cross everything. I'm gonna manifest it. I'm gonna blow the cinnamon in the door and make sure that you get it.
We're putting it out there.
Yep.
Yeah, Liv Morgan would be my gear.
I was going to say
because all the Y2K references, like
definitely
she just
see that.
kills it, and Tiffy, like it's just so.
That's it. Halloween, we should go as Rare at playing Liv Morgan.
Yeah, we should be like because we're very similar but different fonts.
Yeah,
like
and we've got the height to go with it as well, so we can do that.
We have to.
Yeah, they were a
not
tag team
even
for a while.
Halloween. We'll just do it. Blooming,
That's just us.
Just for life.
We'll just kick about. We'll just go somewhere. Yeah,
Defo. So if you see us, this is our norm.
That's it. We'll be down at your stall. We'll just be like, yes, see what we do.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm buzzing to finally have had you on the podcast. I feel like we could talk forever.
Oh, definitely.
So we definitely have to do more episodes and things 100%. Together. So now you're in the Experience Show universe.
I've experienced
smaller than the WWE
show.
universe, but where
but it's definitely cool.
It's very curated. Like I've got the good peeps, so I'm happy to have you a part of it now. Thank you so much for being on the show. Tell everyone your socials where they can like follow you and connect.
Mine's it's Kayleigh Laff on most things. So it's on Twitch, on Instagram, on TikTok.
And it's Laff, right?
Laff, yeah.
Just before they write.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Kayleigh Laff. I will have a YouTube soon. I've got it. I just haven't uploaded things to it yet. I've got all my clips from my old streams sitting, waiting. I just haven't done them yet because the ADHD's kicked in.
There.
But they will be there soon.
But you're doing so much already, so...
I'm trying. Keep myself busy.
Snaps for you. Hit myself in the nose.
Yeah.
Right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully, like, if you're not already into wrestling, we've inspired you to at least watch some clips on YouTube or something. Like, at least follow some of the girls on Instagram. Yeah. Get some inspo for your outfits and stuff. But thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe, as I said. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.